Alright, so must be the like 100th video I've tried to send you because they're all fucking long. Like, I'm gonna do my best to try to keep these short. I know you're a busy person, but you want to study me, so that's why I'm sending you these videos. As long as you study me and as long as I don't have a safe place to go to talk, I guess you get to hear it. So, we did Form 12 me, so I'm not in the hospital. But if I was in the hospital, am I suicidal? From 1 to 10, I would say a 5, probably. I'd take it if it was there, if it was a peaceful way out, if somebody held a gun to my head, I would walk towards it. Anyways, besides that, no, I just want to live peacefully and move on with my life. And, you know, homicidal? No, I don't want to kill anybody. Maybe Darcy. That's about it. That man deserves to die. He's fucking awful. My mood is actually at a 7. I had a really good Friday. Self-harm? No, I don't want to hurt myself. Even when it comes to taking vet meds to treat myself, I'm not taking the high doses that I'm supposed to be taking because it's going to kill me. I need to take a high dose to be able to kill the larger parasites now, and it's like they're fucking immune to it, and I'm just getting sicker and sicker. But I'm doing my best to try to stay healthy. I'm eating, I'm sleeping, I'm got a runny nose. Another thing you guys probably should start asking is like property. Do I want to destroy anything? Do I want to blow anything up? Do I want to start anything on fire? And out of a 10, that's probably sitting at around a 7. I've been wanting to go start a fire, but I don't want to do it alone because I can't drive. I know that when I'm all fucked up in the head, I can't drive. Yeah, I might as well be pissed drunk driving. So I'm trying to get Bill to drive me to go light a fire. And I actually have a reason to light a fire. I went through all my paperwork, as I guess you figured out. I have like a garbage bag full of just random shit that needs to be burned. Finances. Shit like that. And I want to go burn it, but he's like, nope. He won't let me start a fire. Alright, so drugs, my medications that I'm on. I am taking doctor's meds. I am staying on my prescriptions. I am going in for my shot because I am 100% more stable than I was last year. No, I do need a small amount of antipsychotics. I still think I'm on too high of a dose. Like, I'm talking a micro dose of antipsychotics. And it's not because of my life, it's because of, I don't know. This goes into a long story. So, I understand that there's some side effects to my PTSD that's caused me delusional thoughts. There you go. Oh no, drugs both. So smoking pot has been really bad at morning and night. So basically if I'm not doing anything, I'm getting high. And I think that's a problem. I'm not cleaning my house. I'm not getting those kind of things done. I need to clean out my car. I need to get motivated in my own personal space, and I seem to be letting it all go to shit. Yeah. Mushrooms. I've been taking mushrooms because I need vacation days when all the shit's too much. I feel like a failure. I feel like giving up. I feel like killing myself. And there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to talk. And so I ended up actually, especially like after I sent that last video to you, and I wanted to 4 and 12 this so badly. Just waiting for it. But, yeah. So, I stayed home because I didn't want to get arrested at work. And I waited all that day to be arrested. And then nobody showed up. So I'm like, well, fuck. The next day, I ended up taking shrooms all day. And then the next day after that, I had my mouth appointment and my doctor's appointment. And my doctor's kind of being a dink. And then he's got this attitude. The other doctor seems to be better. Yeah. But besides that, mushrooms. Maybe once every 3 months. So gambling, I picked up a gambling problem, gambled away on my fucking rent money, and the problem is, it's something that keeps me busy, and I don't even care if I win or not. I just enjoy doing it. I enjoy looking for the patterns or something, I don't know, on the screen. Push the button, it goes... Court. So I have court next week, and I'm pretty tripping out over the fact, like, my behavior is not acceptable. I'm doing everything I can to make sure moments like that never fucking happen. I understand it's unacceptable, and I'm willing to take responsibility for my part in the situation. The fact of the matter is, I got drugged the fuck out of, released from the hospital, and was left to withdrawal. And I was afraid I was going to lose my memory. I just lost my daughter after meeting her. I was terrified of losing Bill. I was terrified of losing my place, not being able to work. And I gave up, and I went to bed, and I woke up, and I don't know what happened that day. I just have flashbacks of it. So apparently I went into some sort of psychosis or something. I don't fucking know, but the end result wasn't good. The fact that I'm capable of doing such things really upsets me. And I think it's more upsetting that I went to 5 different doctors before that day. I think it's really upsetting that that pharmacist knew damn well I needed more medication, and she withheld medication from me. She said it. That's one of my PTSD moments, was her saying that. That was one of my first flashbacks that came back. Why are you doing this to me? And it's not enough. And it wasn't enough. I lost my job. I lost my house. I lost my relationship. I lost everything again. So court next week. Work. So a lot of my stress I put into work. And so I go to work and work my fucking ass off, physically and mentally sick as fuck. And I just throw everything in the past where it fucking belongs, and I try to be productive during the day and just get shit done. And everybody there thinks I'm such a good worker that my contract with Diversified is up, and instead of renewing the contract, they're thinking about just hiring me on. So they're having a meeting yesterday about it. And so when I got home from work, I was pretty happy. Hopefully we'll have a good weekend. I have nothing to do today or tomorrow. But I think I will take my car to wash. I found a couple car tokens, and that'll keep me busy for a bit. Yeah. So I'm just doing my best to live as peacefully as possible. And another thing I wanted to bring up was maybe get oh yeah. Did I bring this up? My other doctors, I got a referral to Northgate, and it would be really awesome if I actually got a doctor I could talk to. Like, honestly, you don't have to be getting these videos. If they could write down appropriately what on the screen, what's actually going on with me, then you'd actually be getting these messages from the doctors like you should. But the way it goes right now is they're full of ignorance. They say ignorant shit. I get angry and I'm mean. And nobody likes me. So, yeah, maybe that cycling's end. And I need a safe place where I don't have to worry about being drugged for telling the truth, I guess. Yeah, and then a head CT, not a CT, but so apparently, I got it. I move a lot, so you gotta strap my head down, but there's a test and it's 15 minutes long and it makes my PTS go boom. But basically strap you down to a table for 15 minutes and you can't move. And this big machine goes donk, 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 slowly around you. So if you do one of those, then you'd have like so much more information. And I know it'll all come back to me normal. But honestly, my life, my baby's lives were given to a fucking study. If you want to study me till my death. Yeah. So hopefully Monday, I'm gonna have a calm weekend and I will get to work on Monday and I'll find out about this new job and I'll continue my parasite medication so I don't give millions of animals parasites. What the fuck? There is another type of medication that I was supposed to try and I ordered the wrong kind. So I think I'm gonna go back and order what was written down on the paper. So yeah, that can be taken care of. Scary shit. But for now, I'm living. For now, I'm doing my best to stay positive. Everything's going good with my relationship, besides myself sabotaging myself. And he hates to see that. But yeah, that was my week. So it'd be awesome if you could pick up the phone and just ask me questions. They've given like everything to this study. And I don't want my baby's lives and my life to die in vain because everybody's too afraid of an honest conversation, I guess. Well, Dr. Lee, it's been a week since I sent you the yeah, I guess it would be a week since I sent you it. It's been less than that since you either watched it or threw it in the garbage or gave it to the cops or I don't know what you're gonna do with it. But the reason you're getting it to begin with is because I don't seem to have a safe spot to go. So I think I went to the doctor and he was kind of an ass and didn't give me my prescriptions I needed. But besides that, I got a referral to Northgate and it would be really nice if maybe this time this doctor is okay to talk to and I don't have to worry about being drugged out of my mind and back in bed, reliving the past and my behavior that follows. The headaches that you get. I mean, it's a cycle of violence that needs to come to an end. I'm looking forward to tomorrow because hopefully I will have a permanent job. Hopefully I will be able to move on and put the past behind me, but my nose is really itchy for some reason. Almost like I have an infection that needs to get rid of. And there's a part of me that looks at that x-ray, that chest x-ray, and I know what I'm doing isn't working. It's keeping me alive, but I'm not gonna live. And it's so frustrating to have the words on the screen and then have you change results. Like, just treat me and let me live. Like, what the fuck is the problem? You want to sit down and talk? Let's sit down and talk. I do, obviously. I have a really bad cough that I can't seem to get rid of. I'm really frustrated that I have a job opportunity that I know I'm not going to be able to maintain because I'm going to be too sick in bed. I'm frustrated because after the life I've lived and the violence I've survived, I am at the point where I'm ready to close the door and open a new one, but I can't. Because when I go to the doctor down the street, I'm told I'm delusional. When's the last time you saw your shrink? The only thing my doctor down the street is good for is sleeping pills. And he wouldn't even give me those last time I saw him. I don't like going in and seeing him all the time. He's rude. Some of his staff is rude, but I think she's gone now. But, yeah, like, after everything, I'm gonna die of some retarded bullshit. So, yeah, obviously my question to you is never going to be answered. The words on the screen is written in stone. I'm going to do what I do, and I'm going to go to work, and I'm not going to tell my story so I have the opportunity to go to work and everybody not know. I'm tired of people looking at me the way they do. And there's two ways they always look at me. Tears in their eyes or anger in their eyes. They're going to believe one side or the other. And I would rather just be Katie. I want to be healthy enough to be able to go to work. I have an eviction notice because I gambled away my money, because what's the point of having money if you're just going to die anyways? Right? At least do something fun with it. I'm really trying to lose this attitude because I still have a little ways to live. I'm just really frustrated that at the end of the day, I'm going to be so sick in bed, dying of parasites. And what's going to happen is you're going to say I'm delusional, and that's why I'm not working, and that's why I'm in bed, and you're going to drug me. So not only will I be lying there physically ill, I'm going to be lying there remembering the past. I'm going to be lying there living the past over and over and over again. And so physically ill, I can't do anything. Like, it's so hard realizing that that's what my future is after everything I've survived. Yeah. The movies I make aren't going out anywhere. It's kind of like over my dead body, this kind of shit's happening. I will do the best to live peacefully for the rest of my life. But I mean, when I die, I die. I don't have to live with the consequences. And I won't care, because I'll be dead. There's a huge part of me that, like, I think I said this a long time ago. I don't need a doctor to sit down and validate what I've been through. I lived it. I was there. I don't need validation. I need help with the results of what happened. I need help with everyday things that is stopping me from being productive, from being that person I know I can be. And I have a serious personality complex now because I go to work and they all see one person. And everybody's telling me what a good job I do. And nobody knows me. And then I go to the doctor, or for a tooth appointment. Like, my tongue is still swollen. It's just gotten worse. And what happens? Like, oh, you're in the hospital because of a schizophrenic meltdown? No. I tried to kill myself because of fucking ignorant words on the screen that I don't seem to be able to live, because I'm always getting drugged. I try to treat myself with parasite medication because you refuse to let my doctor know that I even have an infection. So how's he gonna treat me? I just look like a crazy person every time I go in there. Like, I'm really not sure what to do. I am doing my best just to stay the fuck away, but it's the little things in life that I would like help with. And I know I'll never see it. And I'll just suffer. But making videos helps. And I talk to this camera a lot about everything. And last week was a doozy. So I'm hoping next week is a lot more productive. I'm hoping next week I get more hours at work. I'm hoping next week I have the ability to support myself, to pay for eviction notices, to like I don't know. I guess once everything is all fucked up, as fucked up as it is, how do you unfuck something like this? I don't know. I know that without a bunch of psychotics, I'm a pretty peaceful person, and I just want to go to work and move on with my life. And I have bad days because it's winter, and I have bad days because I've been through a lot, and I deserve to have bad days. I deserve to mourn my children, and I will continue to do so. But my fear is I have a bad day, and I lose months because I get drugged. I had a bad day, and I was able to get over it, and a couple days later, I'm back to work, getting job offers. And I don't know, it's just, I guess I'm really just having difficulties living in this world you created for me. So, kind of really just felt like talking, so, my last week has been full of ups and downs, I guess you can say. That question still bothers the fuck out of me, just why couldn't there be, like, I understand I was really angry, I just gotten off the mountain of being abused, come back to a hospital where I'm told I'm delusional, and I have a parasite infection that they try to treat me for, but it doesn't work. So yeah, it's been a while. It feels like this last week's been like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I gambled away my rent money. I was able to pay back $500, but I still have an eviction notice. So that's really bothering me. I didn't go back to gambling when I got money, so that's a good thing. I went back to work and had the hardest conversation ever with my boss because he wants to offer me this job. And it's winter, and there's so much to deal with in winter. I had my baby's head chopped off in winter. Darcy got in that truck accident, and I drink the water he gives me, and I wake up skinnier, and I wake up told I'm a murderer. And I lost my daughter. I lost my memory. A lot has happened in the winter. There's more than that. But like, it's so frustrating knowing that I'm going to be going into such a hard time and trying to set up the support system to be able to get me through this hard time. But instead, I'm at home taking fucking mushrooms to try to escape my reality of my life. It doesn't matter where I go, it's on the screen. Yeah, so I've been still working. I'm going to work today. I'm going to do my best. It's been a long time, and I've had a lot of time to rethink and remember this all. And I don't feel so guilty about what happened anymore. I know where that guilt should be, and it's not on me. So now I can do my best to try to get up and go to work and try to prosper and be this person. But I can't because I'm sick, and I know I'm just going to get sicker. So I told my boss no to the job. I told him, I will not be a reliable resource for your company. As much as I'd like to be, I am not. I am not, will not, never will be. And that's out of my control. I'm pissed off at Dr. Kulo. So I've heard her already. I put in this referral to give you the opportunity to give me a real doctor that I could talk to. Because honestly, going from doctor to doctor isn't helping anyone. I say shit, they write shit on the screen, and it just adds to the pile of bullshit that I have to deal with. But I'm really surprised my x-ray came through. Shocked. I guess I have no parasites in my legs, in my knees. So yeah, work, finances suck. I'm really close to Bill, and it's driving me insane. Because he's going to have to watch me get sicker and sicker. And that hurts. After everything he's been through with me. And yeah. So that's a little frustrating. I think I'm going to go get some life insurance. Because I think if I died today, Janet gets everything, and not a chance. Yeah, so I sent a really pissed off video to Kulo. Speaking of Kulo, let's get back to her. She said she didn't know me. I sent her my life story. She chose not to read it. Or if she chose to read it, she chose not to believe it. That's her choice. Those are her choices. My choice was to try to deal with reality. My choice was to go in there and try to deal with the issues I have today. No. Her choice was to ask me stupid fucking questions that she would have known if she would have read the story. So I'm trying to explain really fucked up complication, little parts of a really big story. And it doesn't make sense. Not unless you put the whole thing together. And it's not from one point of view, it's from multiple point of views. It comes together. But Kulo will never have that because Kulo is fighting lies and she's a puppet and she's so tangled up in her puppet web. She'll never be able to help me. So I'm hoping with this referral that seems to be taking a while to get a phone call back. I don't know. Hopefully there's a place I can go to. I mean, I guess talking to you, I don't watch my vileness, but when I'm talking to doctors, the truth hurts. They don't need to know the details. They don't need to know exactly what I'm reliving. All they need to know is that I went through a lot of shit. And and I'm having a hard time coping. And this is what I'm doing today. How can you help me today so I can have better tomorrow? And that's pretty much what I think a psychiatrist should be there for. But what's it gonna be? I wish Fong stayed. I was so close to talking to Fong. Where is she? Maybe I can track her down. I'll just phone every single thing and I'll ask for Fong. Maybe one day she'll answer. There's only so many places you can do counseling in this city. But then on the other part of me, I think she's an awesome person and I don't want my story destroying her. I don't know. So this is my morning thoughts. I've done lots of videos for you, but I never send them. Like, I must do a video for you every second day or every morning. I wake up and I talk to you. But I never hear anything back, and I know it's not what you say, it's what you do. If I have the support in the community, I will feel it. And I know that'll come from you. But I think about the time that we did spend together and wishing that I wasn't so full of anger. Wishing you weren't so full of fear and that we could have sat down then. We could have ended it then. And I just think of all these times. This should have come to an end. That And I think about like your side of it and how angry you must be for me telling the truth. For having your name out there. All the doctors' names. And I think at that moment I had nothing to live for. Because everything I've worked for after going through such abuse. And the words on the screen and going and getting treated like shit everywhere I went. Because on the words on the screen, she's a baby killer, don't tell her, fuck with her. That's what they translate to. Does it say she was told she couldn't get pregnant? She was being drugged and raped. She didn't know at first. She went to a doctor for help. He cut her baby in pieces. She flushed her pieces down the toilet, and it haunted her. She goes into what she thinks is abortions and finds out later that it's not cramping from pain in afterbirth, that I flushed my baby down the toilet. And that's something I have to live with. I've had to live with so much of other people's fuck-ups. And I mean, I remember when I was going through it, one of the really hard times was when I was in the camper and there was that guy in the white minivan taking pictures. And I was all jerked out of my mind. And I'm doing security. I'm trying to go to work and this guy's taking pictures. I'm getting followed to work. I don't know. It's the life I never chose to live, and it's a life I never want to go back to. And I think about how I am today and just want to work and move on from this. And how calm I can be. How much acceptance I've had to come to. The only thing that's stopping me from moving on is a parasite infection and the inability to get the proper meds for my physical and mental health. I know I could be just so much better if I was on a proper medication. I'm not changing the medication that I'm on because I think about me last year at this time. I was in the hospital. Which hospital is it? Did I try to kill myself? Which time was it? Because there's so many. I can't believe how calm I can sit in the hospital with everybody treating me like shit. Because they think I killed my baby. I don't ever want to step foot in another fucking hospital again. I mean, why? It takes away my ability to get over my bad day and get up and go to work. It takes away my ability to want to move on. Because all I am is stuck in such a past, just violence. I don't know. Hospitals, the whole reason they're built and what they're for. And then when I go in, all that goes to shit. And I guess I feel really resentful sitting in that bed, sick, knowing there's tests and knowing that I could be a healthier person. Knowing I'm suffering mentally and there's nobody I can talk to. If I speak up, I get drugged worse. Anyways, I hope I didn't bore you with my rambling. But I got the weekend off. Maybe I'll put together a little movie. It'll be a bit longer. But it's basically, I do record a lot of movies for you and you don't see any of them. So maybe I'll just put together a little skit and you could see me going from waiting to get arrested, having my day off, going back to work. Just 1 week of my life. You could actually study the truth instead of lies that other doctors write on the screen. You study lies. It's so fucking stupid. You study opinions, not facts. Because the doctor that reads lies on the screen makes an opinion of me, hears the words out of my mouth, and then writes down what his opinion is. There's no facts in that. Opinions influenced by words on the screen. Yeah, after work, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll put together a little skit and then I'll put it in the mail for you. Cause, you know, I just think after a lifetime of being studied, losing my babies, losing my family, losing everything for study. And then what? Did you end the study and just let me die? Or you still want to study me? Because I figure you can study me to my death. I don't have the choice to lose or to live. The words are on the screen, I will lose. There's nothing I can do. All I can do is live each day the way I am. Peaceful, hardworking, loyal with my friends.